And the active duty fucking people can chase me all they fucking want. I'm retired. Fuck them. If a woman wants to be an infantry fucking grunt, guess what? You better be able to fucking run the fucking required distance in the fucking required amount of time. You better be able to carry your shit 12 miles in 3 hours or less and fucking deal with all the weapons that you have to deal with without any undue whining and complaining, and certainly no fucking quitting. I mean, my course was 78 days long. That's just the standard Ranger School course. Their course was 47 to 58 days long. I was also reading another article in regards to a senator that was requesting these same green books from these female rangers that graduated Ranger School, and they basically said, "F you, we don't work for you, we work for the president." Imagine that. They keep files on all these rangers going back to 1950, but these females who graduated Ranger School, so I'm told, their records are gone. How am I supposed to fucking take that?
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got why the U.S. will lose the next major war. But before we get into this, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, a comment, and subscribe.
2 female soldiers have completed the Army's Ranger School, a grueling test of mind and body. Only the toughest survive. David Martin now with the women who made history.
This is a little of what it took for Captain Chris Grice to become one of the first 2 women to make it through Ranger School. First Lieutenant Shay Haver is the other to survive the 62-day course, which subjects soldiers to nearly constant physical and mental stress on little food and less sleep. Ranger School is the make or break proving ground for the Army's combat leaders, and it breaks more than it makes. 19 women started the course. Only Grice and Haver made it to the end. 380 men started. Only 94 finished. The Army refused to officially identify either woman, in part to shield them from snarky comments which began popping up on social media. Some don't bear repeating.
Because in actuality, women do not belong in the military. That's just a fact. They can hate it, y'all can get upset, but women do not belong in the military. Let's be real. I would rather be on the front line with a bunch of men than a bunch of women. And that is a fact. I would rather be on the front line with a bunch of men than a bunch of women. We have to now alter a lot of those tests. They have to alter a lot of those tests to fit women, so it can be more inclusive for women to get into. And that really puts us in a bad situation. Countries over here looking at us like, man, they really got feminism and got, the LGBTQ and all this shit over here fighting for this and fighting for that. Now they over here got women trying to jump into the military, and now they over here instead of upping the standardized tests a little bit, so you can get a little more stronger men up in there to see who really about that life. You'll go ahead and lower it so you can get some of them women who felt like, oh damn, well they don't want to include me. It's just not a great look. It's just not a great look.
But cracks like, what standards were lowered? Did they only have to do 1 pull-up? Were typical. Despite the Army's attempt to protect the 2 West Point graduates.
What did I say? What did I just say? Listen, man, I'm not just making some of the shit up that I'm talking about, dude. People know what they're talking about. Some of these people know what they're talking about, and it's a fact, right? He asked a very valid question, which is true. They are lowering these standardized tests to help these women out to get in, and it's ridiculous, bro. Because once again, it's putting this nation in a bad situation. They come up over here and get to whacking people, bro. Like, what we gonna do? Well, hey, Team A, a bunch of ladies, go ahead and go freaking fight. Go ahead and go fight a bunch of these men. Bro, these women will get yoked. If it was just a hand-to-hand combat, bro, these women are getting yoked. No matter how much training a female can go through. If a man is just going through half of that, if a man's only going through half of your training, dog, he's going to straight fuck you up. These men will straight fuck you up. But a lot of women feel because it's a new day and age, they can kind of keep up with a man. You can't keep up with a man. You cannot keep up with a man.
From publicity, their friends could not help bragging on them. The Army insists the women had to meet the same standards as the men. And in the brief glimpses the media
Yeah, the same standards that y'all decide to lower
was allowed of the training, there was no sign of going easier on females. When they graduate on Friday, both men and women will receive the coveted Ranger tab. But unlike the men, Grist and Haver will still not be eligible to serve in elite Ranger regiments or other ground combat units. That might not make any difference to Haver, who is already an Apache helicopter pilot. Grist belongs to a military police unit.
The debate over women in combat is not over yet, but these two young women have broken one of the toughest gender barriers in the military, and it seems only a matter of time before the remaining barriers come down.
Terrence Popp here. I'm going to answer a question that I've received many times in regards to Ranger School and all of these women that have graduated from the course. I'm just going to be honest. Ranger School, for me, was the hardest school I had ever attended in my life in regards to grueling. Back when I did Ranger School, somewhere in early 1990, you could find me on, my picture. If you go down to the lower right, I'm the concentration camp victim. And I went from 168 pounds, I was shredded, probably had 5% body fat, to 136 and just fucking wrecked. All right. I was an alpha company all the way through, and those guys were sadists, and they just went way beyond any reasonable standard that should have been followed for there to be any quality learning from it. It was just, in my opinion, a lesson in how to deal with mental and physical fucking punishment. Looking back on this, how physically demanding it was and how psychologically fucking crushing it was. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around these women that are graduating Ranger School. Now, am I going to tell you that it's impossible? No, but I find it highly improbable, especially that 38-year-old woman, mother of two, that made it through Ranger School. Fuck no, that is absolute bullshit, unless they are watering down the standards to the school to the point where it's just gonna become like a worthless fucking school you go through to punch your ticket, like Airborne School is today. Because back in the 50s and early 60s, Airborne School was a fucking ass kicker, and it made you mentally and physically tough to become a paratrooper, taught you the skills of jumping out of a bird, and when you went to your fucking unit as a paratrooper back in the day, you were a force to be reckoned with. And apparently that's what they're doing in Ranger School with the standards today. Now, I have not been sent anything in hard copy in regards to this, or I would have written an article and I would have dropped the dime myself and I would have sent it to the media. But I have been contacted from RIs that were in, I believe, Ranger School for the first one or two women that graduated. And then I was contacted by another RI who has since retired, who was there for the 38-year-old woman. And all of them have told me there was absolute bullshit. Their hands were held through the entire fucking thing. A couple of them were allowed to recycle every fucking phase. One of them was allowed to recycle, day one recycle to start over, which is almost unheard of. I believe I know two guys in my entire military career that had a day one recycle and made it. I hope that there's some guys out there that actually watch my show that actually have any hard evidence on this, because I will drop the IG bomb. I will fucking write up whatever it is and send it to the media. And the active duty fucking people can chase me all they fucking want. I'm retired. Fuck them. If a woman wants to be an infantry fucking grunt, guess what? you better be able to fucking run the fucking required distance in the fucking required amount of time. You better be able to carry your.
And I understand why he would be upset, because you can't sit up here and have these folk, like when he was doing the Army Ranger School, he said he's going through hell, he's going through this, he's doing that. There's so much shit that they have to pass. It's hard to pass just for some women. And then he said a single mother, a 37-year-old with 2 kids, who came up in there and easily passed that damn shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand why he would be mad. Because number one, like I said, it's putting the country in a bad situation. You having a bunch of fucking females who think they Superman and shit. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. So what his thing is, man, like, bro, like, with me, it was hard as hell. It was hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was slaving out there. We were slaving. Because it's all about your mental. Like, how much can you take? How much can your body take? How much can your mental take? And he's saying, man, these females is passing that shit is some bullshit. He's saying some bullshit. And then he said, I'm guessing the recruiters that was there with the women, they're saying that, nah, that's bullshit. They had so many chances to redo that. They're doing shit that you normally wouldn't do, that you wouldn't even freaking see from that exact same class, Army Ranger class, almost 10, 20, 30 something years ago. You would not have saw that. But like I said, because it's America, they want everybody to be inclusive now. The transgenders. You got a man turn into a female, appearance-wise. Because you can't do it internally, but you can do it appearance-wise. A man turn into a female. Go out here, you go play a sport, you go play in a women's sport because you claim to be a female. Now, how does that make them other women? Like, what about the other women? What about the actual woman who playing that sport? Which sport was meant for them? What about them? They can't compete with a man. They cannot compete with a man. Oh, I'm a freaking female. No, you're not. You're a man. You're a man. You think you're a female, but you're a man. And the thing is it fucks up a lot of shit. It fucks up a lot of opportunities. We have, like I said, we have this woman. We have a man going up here doing track with a bunch of women. That's not fair, bruh. That's not fair. You're gonna be faster than them. No, you're gonna be faster than the fastest one, which is sad. But we allow this to happen. So now a lot of these women are getting fucked out of a scholarship, getting fucked out of a opportunity to go to a national championship, have their experience. Bruh, you want to sit over here and dress like a female or whatever, fine. But don't go infiltrate their sport to make yourself feel good. Then we have women, we got women in the police force. Look, I'm just be honest with you. Female cops are not respected that much. I'm letting you know that right now. Like I'm not sitting on here saying that I disrespect female cops or anything, but I'll take a male cop serious before I take a female cop serious. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'll take a male cop serious before I take a female cop serious. If they both come into my car and one of them is trying to talk to me, or if both of them trying to talk to me, I'm listening to the man. Okay, yeah. Can you get her up out of here, please? With football, right? We have this school called Vanderbilt. They're a college football team, a Division I football team, actually. They decided to let a female soccer player on the football team to be a. Well, KB, what's the problem with that? Number one, if y'all saw how she kicked, y'all will see why I'm upset in the first place. They're just trying to make it's almost like a clout move. It's almost like a clout move with the NFL bringing all these women in to be coaches and shit. I do not agree with that. Michigan just hired a female quarterback assistant. Where is my problem with all this? You bringing a female onto the football team to kick a ball that can barely even do that shit. Because I'm guessing their kickers, I guess some of them kickers were hurt or they just didn't have any kickers. I'm not sure what the situation was with that. But instead of going to the male soccer team and grabbing a male kicker, who you have a better chance with, you decided to grab a female kicker because you wanted it for clout. Instead of hiring an assistant football coach who has played football, who has experience in a quarterback position, you decided to go over here and go grab a beautiful ass woman who probably don't know jack squat about football, who never played football played a down of football in her life, sitting over here trying to coach quarterbacks. What problem do I see with all that? Number one, I mean, if you would find female, what makes you think football players aren't going to look at you? What makes you think football players are not going to try to plot on you, bro? Because if I was a football player at Michigan, bro, dog, I'm plotting on that coach. I'm gonna highlight her. I'm going to highlight that girl, bro. I'm like, yeah, man, fuck all that, bro. What's gonna be in the headline? Breaking news. Michigan football player kicked off the football team, and assistant coach kicked off the football team for having sexual relations. They gonna be like, what the fuck? A football coach and a football player having sex? Then they gonna look and they be like, oh, so it's a female assistant. Yes, it's a female assistant football coach that is 27 years of age that don't know shit about fucking football. I don't give a fuck how much film you watch. I don't give a fuck about none of that. If you never played football or experienced football, I honestly feel women should not have any say-so in that. Unless if they're on front desk or something. But as far as a coach, I don't think any female should be in that field. It's almost like how women sit up here and tell you, well, guess what, nigga, you ain't got no vagina, so you can't tell me what I should do with my body. Well, sis, listen, you never played football a day in your fucking life, so how could you tell me how to throw a football? How could you tell me how to run a football? How could you tell me how to do this, how to do that pertaining football? Maybe basketball, because we're doing the same thing, besides the only difference is we're doing it at a way higher level than women are, and women can't even dunk. That's a big difference. But regardless, they're allowing too much shit to happen. They're allowing way too much shit to happen. You got this, like I said, you got the female kicker at Vanderbilt. Y'all saw the kick. Dude, what the hell? Y'all saw the fucking kick. That was nothing. So instead of sitting on here trying to make history and get fucking clout, grab a male soccer player to come be in that position. For these football coaches, grab actual coaches to be in that position. We have dumb motherfuckers who sit up here and say, well, shit, maybe they're more qualified than some of these damn football coaches. Because some of these football coaches are trash. Understandable. Some of these football coaches are trash. However, what do they have that that woman don't have? Experience. At the end of the day, he has experience. So now we can technically say some of these football coaches have a right to complain about this shit now. They have a right to complain about this shit now. You sitting up here, you got, look, right? It's almost like the same thing with Wage Gap. Wage Gap, women complain about, oh, well, you know, we got the same experience and blah, 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 but they getting the opportunity, we're not, because we're quote unquote females. This man has played football throughout his whole life at the exact same position that he is applying to coach for. He's excelled at that position. And he lost an assistant quarterback coach job to a woman who is cute and that's probably been around coaches learning about football. That's it. She gets a job, but the guy who's inside over here and who has so much experience in that field don't get a job. Now they can open up a case saying, hey man, look, there should be no reason why this female never played football a day in her fucking life getting the job over me who contribute to this position. I done did so much at this position. I got proof, I got film to show you that. So why can't I get the job? I'll have a better chance of helping these quarterbacks than this chick do. But only in America are we allowing this bullshit to happen.
12 miles in 3 hours or less and fucking deal with all the weapons that you have to deal with without any undue whining and complaining, and certainly no fucking quitting. I mean, my course was 78 days long. That's just the standard Ranger School course. Their course was 47 to 58 days long. I was also reading another article in regards to a senator that was requesting these same green books from these female rangers that graduated Ranger School, and they basically said, "F you, we don't work for you, we work for the president." Imagine that. They keep files on all these Rangers going back to 1950, but these females who graduated Ranger School, so I'm told, their records are gone. How am I supposed to fucking take that? I don't know. And another thing that was told to me, that these women were allowed to go back to the rear to take a shower and do personal hygiene Every third day for I believe they were gone between 2 and 6 hours. All right, so you're going through the hell of Ranger School, which is designed to be a long, grueling process to wear you the fuck down and then see if you can fucking make it to the end. When you're in the field, there's no showers. Maybe you get to fucking, sponge off your fucking pits and your ass once every blue moon when you're on the water detail to go down to the river to get some fucking water for the patrol. But other than that, that's it. There is no fucking break. Hell, there's hardly any fucking sleep. I mean, God. I mean, I don't want to be that guy. It was like, back in the day when it was hard, because...
Like I said, I understand why he be mad, bro. I understand why he be mad. The women don't have to go. The women bitch, cry, and complain about not being included in anything. They bitch, cry, and complain about not being included into a certain work job. They bitch, cry, and complain about not being included when it comes down to the military. But then when we include them, we got to make all of these changes. We got to make all of these fucking changes. We got to sit up here and say, hey, well, you had to do 1,000 push-ups. Now, because you got a woman up in here, we can only, hell, let's just see if you can do 100 and you can pass his test. He just said that they were in there for 72 damn days. From what I heard with the females in them, they only was up in there for 62. It was like 42 to 52 or 42 like the 62 something damn days. One of them shits. I could have sworn I heard 60 something at the beginning. But you got you know what I'm saying, women able to take showers, women able to do this, and then they destroyed the woman's record. So like I said, I fully 100% understand why this man mad, because he had to bust his ass to be in this military position, to be in the army and all this shit. Whereas women don't have to bust their ass now. They're getting coddled and shit. And then not only that, you're destroying the record. So he's just like, man, look, bro, this is why America is going. This is why America will lose a war. This is why America right now will lose a fucking war. We will get our asses handed to, because America is too inclusive. We do not need to be inclusive about everything. We don't need women in the military, period. I don't care what nobody say. They need to be in the kitchen. They need to be over here doing something else besides trying to fight somebody's war.
I talked to guys who went to Ranger School during Vietnam, and I talked to guys who went to Ranger School during the Korean War, and, what they went through was, probably a good 30 to 40% more difficult than the shit I went through. Just, comparing, apples to oranges. But, my course was 78 days long. That's just the standard Ranger School course. Their course was 47 to 58 days long. So my course, though, I believe it was a little easier. I had an additional 20 some odd days stacked on top of that. That's before the recycle and the gulag time and the 21 days of free ranger that the regiment sent me through, which in and itself was a hell. That just sucked. There was absolutely no learning value in the pre-ranger I went to when the regiment sent me. It was just a beat-down session to get me ready for the beat-down session of Ranger School. If you were to ask me on a scale of 1 to 100, the percentile chance that these women legitimately made it through the fucking school, I would cap out at 3%. So 3% they made it honestly, 97% they didn't. Okay, so you guys can call me whatever you want, that's fine. I'm just telling you from my perspective, when I went through Ranger School, how fucking hard and bullshit fucking tough it was for me. And I just find it hard to believe, especially a 38-year-old woman, mother of fucking 2, making it through Ranger School at the standard level that I went through it. I'm just going to put it there. I don't fucking buy it. That's just me. The way the Army's going, it's disgusting me. They're cheapening the standards, and it's only going to cost lives in the future, especially if we come into...
Did I just see a freaking inclusion of all gay helicopter crew? But that's probably going to be the first helicopter they take down. I'm like, oh, I got a rainbow flag on it. Blah!
We've been hit! We've been hit!
I can still say KB, that's mean or whatever, but I don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, because, listen, do y'all really think motherfuckers across the damn seas think the same way we fucking think, man? Do y'all niggas really think they think the same way we think, man? What do they have men doing? They are letting women leave Russia. I think it was either Russia or Ukraine. They're letting women leave, and they're keeping the men. They're making the men to stay. Where the feminists at? Where all these women at? That's all so inclusive, equality and all that shit. Where they at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at for these men? These men over here stuck in Russia or Ukraine. One of them countries. I forgot which one it was, but they're stuck over there. They're stuck in Ukraine or Russia. I forgot which one it was, but they're stuck over there. And nobody's coming over there to help them out. Nobody's doing anything. Where's the feminists? Where the LGBTQ community at? Where y'all at? Nowhere to be fucking found, but y'all want to be included in every damn thing. I'm telling you, bro. That'll be the first helicopter they shoot down, because they're not thinking the way we think. They're not gonna freaking have a gay, a little gay group, a little armies, a little army man. They're not. And if they do, I mean, shit, there's gonna be some well-trained gays. But the way they was over here making it look like, man, yeah, fuck. Like I said, like I said, in these other countries, they're not having that shit. They're not having that shit. When they're preparing for war, they're preparing for war. If you got them a freaking feminine ass man, or if you're a freaking female, you're not allowed. You're not getting in. But over here in America, shit, I mean, hell, you can goddamn freaking them have no legs. You can, hey, come on to the military. We'll take you. No legs, we'll take you. You're gonna be the first, or you're gonna be the first one in line. We'll take you. You have no arms. Hey, shoot. Oh well. You can shoot with your feet. Come on. That's how America is today. We're just gonna include anybody. If you feel like you're not included, you know what I'm saying? You all you gotta do is say, hey, I'm gonna press charges on. I want to sue the military. That's all you gotta do. You'll get in. You'll get in. And there's nothing separating men from weak. Like I always say, at this point, you have to adapt. You know what I'm saying? You have to adapt. You have to adapt, because apparently in America, people feelings matter more than what is right. People feelings matters more than what can help us succeed. But man, look, do me a favor, man. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe.